Oklahoma's Attorney General, John O'Connor, with us now. How is this possible?
Well, that's what we're asking the same thing, to be honest with you. And we've asked the U.S. Supreme Court to allow Oklahoma to continue to prosecute non-Indians who commit crimes on Indians in that eastern half of the state that you've shown on the screen. We can't believe it ourselves that after 113 years of prosecuting non-Indians who commit these crimes on Indians, we now have to ask for permission from the United States Supreme Court to exercise that element of state sovereignty in our state.
Is it as bad as I just described, or as clear-cut, that if a non-Indian in Tulsa commits murder or another crime, effectively your hands and the hands of local prosecutors are tied?
Our hands are tied. For major crimes like murder or rape, those would be prosecuted now in the eastern half by the federal government, which
I can imagine they're busy at times.
Prosecutors, yeah, the federal prosecutors acknowledge that they cannot prosecute all the crimes that are being referred to them, and these are major crimes.
I'm looking here, the quote from the Cherokee Nation principal chief following the oral arguments at the Supreme Court. He basically says that the Oklahoma and you are out to get Native Americans. The state's demand to undermine tribal sovereignty is inconsistent with legal precedent, the intent of Congress, and the basics of Indian law. The state has wasted time and resources attacking our rights and sovereignty. Why would the Indians care if you're prosecuting non-Indians for crimes committed in a major city?
We've asked the same question, and we don't understand it, because right now, public safety for Native Americans is in a grave condition in the eastern half of the state of Oklahoma. The other question is, why is the Biden administration fighting us on this as well? They admit, Leland, that the feds cannot meet the demand to investigate and prosecute these crimes. So why are they here fighting us? What we're asking is, allow the state of Oklahoma to continue to investigate these crimes, to respond to these complaints, and to prosecute these criminals who are victimizing Native Americans.
So this all comes back to a decision called McGirt, McGirt. That was in 2020 at the Supreme Court. Are there people who are using 116th, 132nd, 164th Indian blood, or just the claim of it, to get out of prosecutions?
Absolutely. We have a question pending before the United States Supreme Court, a petition for cert, in which we're asking them to tell us who an Indian is, because we have people who commit violent crimes, get arrested by the state of Oklahoma. They're being prosecuted. They realize they can join an Indian nation. They do. Then they get the McGirt get out of jail free card, play it, and they're out roaming the streets.
All right. So if you lose at the Supreme Court, obviously the decision hasn't been made yet, oral arguments have happened, and you lose, does Oklahoma remain this sort of lawless territory and we go back to the 1800s?
Well, I tell you what, if the state of Oklahoma is not able to prosecute non-Indians who commit crimes, let's just say this, let's just say there are 18,000 crimes that get committed in that territory in the year, 20% of which are committed by non-Indians. So you're talking about 3,600 crimes that the state has been prosecuting and won't be prosecuting, or isn't prosecuting now, but is asking to be able to prosecute. And so the federal government and the tribes are not equipped, they're not manned, they're not trained to investigate and prosecute those claims.
Yeah, no, we go back to the Wild West.
In fact,
you're in Washington.
That's right.
Could Congress fix this?
Well, yes, Congress could fix it, but I don't think Congress has the will to fix it.
Well, they don't have a will to fix a lot of our other problems.
It was kind of interesting.
So I'm not sure why they'd fix this one.
There was an article. I'm sorry, Leland. There was an article just recently where they interviewed an FBI agent who was the agent in charge for eastern Oklahoma for the FBI. And he said, if you're Native American and your car gets stolen, well, essentially, tough luck. Huh. That's in America, on American soil. That's unacceptable.
Mr. Attorney General, we appreciate you being here. Obviously, it's an important story for the people in eastern Oklahoma especially, but for the rest of the country in terms of what this means. We're going to follow it. Win, lose, or draw at the court, we hope you come back and talk to us, all right?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.